Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more EU4 Relentless Push East continued. Well, we had we'll call it a rather somber end of the last episode. Things are getting a little out of hand. So we have a few things to deal with, primarily being Great Britain. So, to start things off, I have a little bit of a game plan between episodes. So I was checking out the current state of things, and if we go over to Austria, apparently we're actually not that far off a white peace, and honestly, this would make my life infinitely better. If we can remove these guys, that means we will only have a couple of British troops to handle. We can re-siege a whole heap of things. That'll give us a lot of war score back as well, and make their life, well, you know, it's going to be harder for Great Britain to come back into our nation and cause us issue. So that is the first thing sorted. So we are currently working on a siege here. We've got 100,000 men. Attrition's going to suck, but we're Russia, so, you know, we'll be fine. We can outbreed our losses, so we're going to let that be. We have you guys who are repairing, which is, reinforcing. Not a great thing, but it is what it is. We did also get our butts absolutely handed to us by the British. Very unfortunate there, but it is what it is. We more or less need to dive out, do a quick engagement, pop back out, you know, rinse and repeat and try and catch out some smaller stacks. It does look like their navy isn't hanging around. So if we can find, like, even this, look at this, 6 heavies, 9 light ships and 5 transports. If we could just pop out, take them down, zip back, or even just destroy a couple and then run away, that is going to be our game plan. So, yeah, long story short, we're going to have to deal with a few things first. It does look like they're trying to take back Gibraltar, which is fair enough. They have the troops, but again, those are almost 2-month ticks, so yeah, that can be fun for them. As for Africa, we are over here. We're chasing down some of Great Britain's army. If we can whittle down their numbers, that would be ideal. Realistically, they've probably lost enough men where they should have 0. It's just a matter of them getting to the right armies. And then hopefully we can cut them down to size. So either way, we're pursuing these guys. Down over here, we are slowly and steadily working through the Congo. Again, every little bit of occupation is good, because at the end of the day, this will help improve the war exhaustion that they're suffering. So that would be rather nice. It decreases their siege ability as well and all sorts of things, so that's not bad. So yeah, we want to go ahead and boost that up as much as possible. And then over in the New World, which we'll get to in a second, I'm just going to quickly check on these guys. No war score, 32. Okay, so realistically, if we could win a battle or two against Jambai, or Jambi, or however they want to be, we might be able to get them out of this war. Actually, you know what? How much of a navy have you got? 75? Okay, a few too many. Okay, well then, I guess we'll just have to wait for now. Who knows? We'll have to see. Alright, and then over here, I have a bit of a plan. Obviously, South America is completely sorted as a continent. It looks like Central America as well is fairly well occupied. And we have a fair few friends hanging around. So, what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to quickly zip back down over here. We're not going to go after their doom stacks right now. We're going to chase down some of their smaller numbers. We're going to set our troops to be aggressive overall. However, who's here? La Plata and Russian Mexico. Russian Mexico, you don't have a huge number of troops if memory serves. Yeah, only 28,000. You can be set to siege. We need you to deal with some of that. And then, what's this? Peru and La Plata. Okay. So let's see. La Plata, you have 73. And Peru has 81. What to do? You know what? Let's go ahead and tell La Plata. Be supportive. Yeah. Stick around us. Maybe we can use their numbers. They should still be sieging down some things, but I think that's our plan of attack. We're going to go ahead and just beat them up in small, handleable numbers, and then see what we can do there. Now, technically, our truce just has expired with the Khan. I would say we could go ahead and just attack them for the very minimal amount of stuff that they have. But at the moment, we're getting our troops to the European front. So, yeah, we're going to let that go for a little bit. We've still got plenty of time to handle them. I'm sure it will be fine. But, yeah, we will just have to see. Alright, so, you know what? I don't think they're going to come for us straight away in Austria. They've still got plenty of troops around, but again, we should be okay. Oh, that's right. And I should also double check with our relationships as Russia. Hang on a second. Let's bring up our country's flag. We should have how many relationships? Hang on a second. That's not quite right. There we go. 7 out of 6. So, did we lose anybody? We have... Yeah, we've obviously lost our alliance with Austria. We still had that royal marriage there. Mainz is still allied. In fact, I don't think we've really lost anybody as far as things are concerned. So we still at least have a nice defensive spot if for some reason we can call them in on a future war. But yeah, that's just going to have to stand by for now. So let's go ahead and start finding some of these smaller troops for us to beat up. You, my friend, you're heading over here. We can outnumber you. We can beat you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to zip on over here, hopefully do some damage. Again, if... whereabouts is that one? All the way up over here. Ugh. Just in case you don't remember, the 13 colonies and British Louisiana, they have no manpower, so every person that they lose is going to be pretty severely felt, and then Newfoundland isn't feeling too much greater either. So, assuming we can actually take some decent engagements, make them lose some troops, we will be able to take over all of these colonies as far as this war is concerned. So that is the goal. Alright, so what have we got here? Estates, sure, we'll support the Cossacks. I guess that's fine. It's not really here nor there. Alright, so what have we got? We have more troops over here. Let's go see where you're heading. We need... Oh, you're standing still. Oh, well, that's ideal. Let's go ahead and chase you down. We've got most of our strength back, which is nice. We've lost... Wait. We have lost the siege 65 days. Oh, it is only a level 4 fort. Yeah, we never really upgraded a lot of our forts. We probably should. We're at least at 21% over here. Hang on a second before I forget. How many reasons do we need? Oh, ongoing battles. They hold their capital. Yeah, so if we can just take their capital, that would be all that we need to get them out of this war. They wouldn't really be looking for too much more. So even if we just stand on top of it, I think that would count as an occupied and besieged provinces modifier. And they may be willing to work with us there. Alright, well, it looks like Peru is finally moving up over here. This is good. It looks like we've taken a very... Uh-oh. Battle of Ancona. Oh, Jehorsas, where are you? Oh, we won. Hey, we won something. That is very pleasant. You know what? I think we're going to quickly hide down here. They're going to get this fort sooner than later. And hopefully this Abruzzi fort should hold them back. I'm not sure, because fort zone of control is always messed up. But we'll have to see how that goes. But again, let's just focus on what we can control. Being we can beat up some of their colonial strength. Alright, so what have we got? Revolts. Let's just let that be. I don't care. We do have Newfoundland's troops, and I think we should try and hunt them down. We're going to focus on them this time. So let's just make sure that we have everything else sorted. You guys... Alright, we're just going to go ahead and deal with some occupations. You guys are handling all of this. Yeah, I don't know where the extra British troops were that we were chasing around Africa, but it seems to be a perpetual game of Ring Around the Rosie, and I don't really care for it, but it's not my problem. It does look like Russian Mexico is having a couple of rebels pop up, but again, that's fine. Siege of Roma is over. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen at some point. So we'll just let that be. Siege of Riga, that is also gone. Yep. It's just going to be a matter of things. It's, yeah, we can't do too much about it, so we're not going to stress. We'll just wait a couple more months until our troops can catch can catch them out, because we do have relief coming. So here we go. We do have some troops. Let's go ahead and zip them up over there. 85,000 is a pretty solid number. In fact, hang on a second. Autonomous sieging. Supply depot. Yeah, if only there was a mission that allowed us to chase down enemy armies. That would be nice. Instead of carpet sieging, use it for hunting down the easiest target. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll fight. Let's see if we can fight those British troops. These guys, we do need a new leader. Do we have... Oh, we should probably double check our armies and see who has a general that we do not need. You've got to stay. You need to stay. Caradel. Oh, you have 70,000 troops hanging out here? Well, 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 well. Let's move you forwards, or... Yeah, we'll just send you up over there. That should be fine for now. Whereabouts? We need a general. Okay, so you're fine. And then we have the 13th Army. Yeah, we need you there. 53 over here, definitely. A 26 stack? Okay, we don't really need a general here. It looks like we were able to defend Japan fairly comfortably, so we'll get rid of you. And then we have another 11 stack that is getting their butts kicked. Yeah, okay. Forts under control clearly not working to our advantage. Well, it was worth a try. Okay, so... hang on a second. Where were we gonna put that general? It wasn't up over here. Oh, that's right. It was over here instead. There we go. 6 shock. That's pretty good. 2 fires, not terrible, and a little bit of extra movement's not gonna hurt. We'll go ahead and we will send you... we'll send you 60-odd thousand. We'll send you over here to the Farmlands Fort. Make sure that they don't get to our capital. That would be very bad for us. And definitely worth some war score. So if we can catch them out, that would be ideal. We did get stack wiped. That was inevitable. We knew that was going to happen. At least we're burning through some of their manpower. So you know what? It is what it is. And we will just have to see. Alright, as for our troops, let's go ahead and continue on marching and chasing down Newfoundland. Looks like we've got some Californian peasants that are going to take back that fort for us. Oh wait, we took a fort of Dresden. Oh, this is good news. Okay, this is what we wanted to see. Let's move on forward. So, down to Prague. That'll be fine. As for you, white peace. We have it. We're done. We're out. That is perfectly acceptable. Alright, that is very, very good news. So, that means they're no longer working on a whole bunch of forts. We have Caradel and Georgia helping us out. That'll be good for reclaiming land. 25,000 Great British troops. I think they're in trouble. Yeah, but just in case, I think what we'll do is we will send these guys back. We'll head back to the landing zone, just in case they try to you know, go for an early D-Day. Otherwise, yeah, these guys, we're going to go ahead and chase them down. That should be really good. Yeah, we should at least now have the numbers. Let's go ahead and we're going to tell you guys, let's just stop and autonomously siege. Yeah, in fact, let's just select all of this. Make sure that they have some idea of what's going on. Actually, you know what? I don't think it really matters. Let's just go ahead and stop mission, start mission, close. You can go ahead and start catching things out. And you know what? You can probably do the same thing too. Yeah, alright. So let's just wait another day. Let them move across. There we go. So that should be good. You'll start re-sieging our land. And we have gained some war score, which is very nice. Getting rid of Austria was a very good plan. Alright, come on. Let's see if we can catch these troops here. It does look like they're fighting... Ooh, they're going to fight our rebels for us and weaken themselves. Yes, please do. Oh, and Jambi, you're also willing to go for a white peace? Absolutely. That is great news. Okay, so We are now making some headway. This is what we wanted. This has been a very long time in the making, but I am cool with it. Let's go ahead and chase down these guys. Slightly softened, but not by too much. We should be able to catch them. In fact, let's see. That's about a week. They'll be there. I guess we have to just keep on marching forwards and chasing them down. We are still reinforcing as we go, so force marching isn't really a great option as that does limit our ability to reinforce our numbers. We will catch out a couple of British troops, which is again a wonderful thing. And these guys are on the run, which is fantastic news. Frankfurt, you know what? Sure, you can have military access. Makes you like us a little bit more as we've had to deal with... wait, what? As we've had to... They've had to deal with, what do we call it? Aggressive expansion. I think it's worth it. Leader trait gained, goal orientated. So extra movement speed. Siege is over. Okay, this is also very good. Let's hand this to Georgia. What about you? Any news? Not really seeing much of anything. They've almost taken back Gibraltar, but that's to be expected. Let's see, 2 months' time. I don't think we can really march our way up there and fight them. Although, you never know. Maybe it is worth going for. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and force march. It's out of the way, but it's a battle we know we can win. Alright, we don't have military access, do we? No. Okay, well, fine. I guess we're just gonna have to let them take it. That's a pity. Alright, you just move on to the next occupation. In fact, you know what? Autonomously siege. That'll also do. Yeah, I'm really wondering where all of their troops are. They theoretically have almost 650,000 men. That's a small portion. Yeah, we should probably see where these guys are going. Let's head over to the first fort that we can find. Everybody else there will be good. Let's go ahead and we'll leave that for a little bit while we check in on our hunt. They are 3 maneuver, 6 maneuver. Yeah, this extra couple of maneuver pips is going to get us to where we want to go. We'll go ahead and we will pass up through there. Again, slightly shorter route is always worth taking if we can. Yeah, this could be the difference between us being able to take a battle or not. You know what? We're going to make an educated guess and go for here. But you know what? The longer they leave it, the more we get to regain our strength, and the more likely it is that we're going to be able to kick their butts when we do finally see them. Because again, if they go down into this narrow strait, they're going to get cooked. Because there is no out after that. Alright, what else have we got? Another offer of peace? No, no, no. We're making gains. And if that's a modifier for you, it's going to be a modifier for me. We're going to see it through. Hang on. Oh wait, no, Alaska's got a fleet here. Maybe it is worthwhile. 39,000 from the 13 colonies. No, let's go up over here. And then we'll follow that through. Yeah, again, it doesn't really matter if they get more reinforcements. We should be okay. As long as we take them one at a time, we should be fairly comfortable. Good leadership. Hey, it looks like our... yeah, 90 days earlier. That's fantastic. So that'll be the Suez Canal, which is excellent. It does look like we have a battle going on here. It looks like... oh, they're dropping in some of their troops. Well, isn't that just wonderful? Alright, so, British Mexico, we got to go ahead and crush. No surprises there. That's 23,000. In fact, I think that's all of their... yeah, that's practically all of their army, so that'll be nice to have them more or less done with. We get to go ahead and attack them here. It is in the mountains, which isn't ideal. We'll be there on the 5th, so we'll wait 1 more month for reinforcement, and we're at max strength. This is good. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Oh, it's just a cavalry division. Ah. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe we can still catch these guys out. That should be fine. Alaska will get a penalty crossing. Ooh. Will we suffer from that as well? 16th, 13th. Well, you know what? We'll have to find out. All right, dwindling local trade. What have we got? Was 100 Diplo, or it'll be done 100. Yeah, you know what? We will lose the Diplo power. We're not going to waste. Siege of Polotsk is over. That's good. We can now go ahead and here we go. Chase some more British troops. We'll see the pop-up when... Do we see the pop-up, or do we want to be here for the battle? Looks pretty good. We have a nice cannoneer trait. We've got another siege as well, so that's going well. Okay, this is good. This is good. Look at that. The war score is dwindling. This is what we wanted. Oh, and you know what? Let's quickly go ahead and kick out those troops. So those transports can't do anything there. Yeah. That's a plan. Okay, so we'll get that done. You guys over here. Let's go ahead and... They are reinforcing quite heavily, but again, I don't know if they'll be able to withstand. We get the -2. Ooh, you know what? They do have some good cannons here. Their morale's not great though. Can we hold out? They've broken. We've got a less fragmented front line. Their reinforcements aren't looking good. Their morale is... We've got 1.79. Theirs is 1.6. What's this? 90 days earlier for more good leadership. That's excellent. I think with them trickling in, we might actually win this. We just need a good roll. Better than a 0 would be very much appreciated. Come on. Oh, you know what? I think we've got this. We have the victory. Surely we do. And we have. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh, alright. So we lost a good chunk of troops. Although not that bad, all things considered. It was mainly our morale, but thank goodness it was as high as it was. That really kept us alive. Looks like the Newfoundland has lost, what's that, 60,000 troops? Ouch, what a painful battle for them to have lost. Alright, we're going to hang out here for a second though. We've got these guys marching on against us. Alaska, no, that's not who we want. We want Newfoundland. There we go. Yeah, so they're down to 125,000. That was a really good engagement for us. I don't know if they're going to attack us yet, but we have them blockaded, which is ideal. We'll wait at least another month, but I think we'll go ahead and try and catch them out. I think that's the best thing for us. As for these guys, it does look like we can... How long will that take? 12 days? Well, you know what? I think we just stay here for now, just so we can kick out their navy, just for kicks and giggles, and then I think we chase them down. Yeah, so you guys can head on over here. That'll be good. And then... Yeah, it looks like we're reclaiming a fair bit, which is nice. Yeah, we've got Caradel helping out, Georgia as well. We've got a few more of our ships coming out of port. So we can go ahead and collect them. Let's regroup all of you over... where do we want to group you up? I think over here should be fine. Actually, you know what? Maybe, yeah, stay where you are. You can chill out for a bit. Everybody else can come to you. You guys can move over there. That should be fine. Let's make sure that we... Oh, there was only just one that we missed. Okay, well that's fine. We'll go ahead and move you over there. We do have... Oh, yeah, we have 12,000 ducats. Okay, You know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to save up to change our doctrine. Yeah, as crazy as it is, I think we've done... where is this? Military. That's what we need. Yeah, so here we are. For our naval units, we're currently going with the ship trade power. 33% extra ship trade power is nice, but again, at this point, I don't think it's particularly necessary. We can make up for it elsewhere, but having extra galley combat ability, making sure that we can do a whole heap of damage to them, that is... We need to whittle down the British Navy. And so, yeah, that is somewhat of a non-negotiable thing. Alright, so we'll leave all of you there for now. let's quickly go and... let's see, we've also got the cannoneer trait as well for an extra 10% for ship cannons. That's going to be very nice. Yeah, look, I think we leave that one transport behind. And then... yeah, 72, 146. Let's just check the ledgers once again. So that's army quality. We want navies. Yeah, they really have the heavy ships. We outnumber them with the galleys, though. They have a whole heap of transports and lights, but again, those aren't particularly concerning me right now. If we could catch them out, that would be very detrimental to them. Yeah, I think we go for the galley combat ability. We've got 146 here. We're going to wait until we can afford it. And then, yeah, I think we'll see what we can do. That would be... oh, that would be rather nice. Alright, so we'll go ahead and leave all of them. That'll be fine. All of you are doing your thing. Let's go back to Africa. How are we doing? Pretty decently. It looks like we've got some troops not doing too much. We're now heading down here. Avoiding strong enemy. I have no idea where they're coming from. Yeah, but we'll just have to see. Alright, so either way, let's go ahead and check back in over here. You know what? We still have enough troops. Although... oh, hang on a second. Are they going to try and fight us? You know, let's just stick in the mountains for now. If they want to attack us in good defensive terrain for us, that is ideal. We'll leave that be for a bit. Yeah, they're thinking about it, but again, that -2 penalty is pretty substantial. I think if anything, we're going to head slightly further north. See if we can get rid of them, although all of this mountain territory sucks. But you know what? Maybe what we do is we wait till these guys are locked into their movement, and then we're going to do a quick switcheroo. We're going to zip up over there. They'll be there on the 11th. We'll be here on the 11th as well. Yeah, that should be fine. So, let's give it a month. We'll see if they want to take the fight or not. They're still engaged. And... we're still all good. You're right then. Well then, let's consolidate. We'll beat up the remaining troops that they have. Hopefully this goes our way. Ooh, we have a stability drop, which is unfortunate. Yes, a regency. Yep, well, you know what? That's kind of to be expected. We've had a rough go of things, but at least we kept our air. Could have been worse. It could have been worse. Alright, so how's this go? Oh, looks like we got the terrain bonus. So I guess those extra movement pips gave us a very solid advantage. Yeah, there we go. This should be a straight up stack wipe. Bengal's paying off Ming's debts. Okay, well that's fun. Alright, but either way, that's good. Let's go ahead and we're going to keep you there. We're going to retake this. That single stack of Alaska's troops should be able to handle re-sieging all of this. We can just deal with one thing at a time. Alright, so a national tax modifier is increased. Alrighty-o. Not a bad thing. We'll go ahead and take that. We'll send... oh yeah, we've got some reinforcements. That's excellent. Yeah, alright. Let's head on down here. It looks like Mecklenburg is willing to royal marry us. You know what? Sure, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. They are technically the Emperor, but we'll be fine. When do you arrive? 21st? We'll be there on the 20th. You know what? If they want to be as stupid as they are, I am completely down with that. Oh, and it looks like maybe they're not quite as dumb as I thought. That's a shame. I would have loved to have taken another nice defensive fight into the mountains. Alright, what about you? We'll still be marching down over here. I think we try and chase... let's see, what have we got going on? 13 colonies. Looks like Russian Peru is doing a little bit of good work there. Looks like Russian California is retaking stuff. Russian La Plata is working on unsieging. Okay, this is very nice. Russian Mexico. You have no manpower. Can we help you out in any other way? We could send them a gift. Give them some money. potentially. And then who else would there be? A Floridian separatist? You know what, we'll get to that when we get to that. I'm sure our allies will help us in the meantime. But what we want is, again, they're up to 250,000, so they've definitely merked on up. These guys have no manpower, these guys have no manpower. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of taking a couple more engagements and we should be good. In fact, oh, you know what, sure. Royal Marriage, go ahead. We're going to quickly zip on down here, and I think we try and take a battle if we can. We can't catch them out. Yeah, they're trying to regroup, I think. I think they are. Yeah. And what was that? That was way too quick. Did we just get... Hang on a second. Yeah, open province history. Hang on a second. Where are we? 1776. Became a core of Portuguese California? Oh, did we have rebels that we didn't see? Did they do something that I didn't see? Huh. I'm not 100% sure, but that doesn't look too good for us. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they've taken a whole heap of land. That is not exactly the best thing for us. Yeah, we've lost a little bit of Louisiana. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it looks like we've lost our Louisiana. We've still got Alaska. Technically, we still have a Canada. Yeah, they just must have had some rebels or something that I did not see. There was something going on behind the scenes that I had missed. That's a little unfortunate, but again, we'll have to deal with that as we can. Looks like these guys, yep, they're resieging what they can, so that's all good. Can we chase you down? You've got one movement, Pip. Yeah, we'll just keep on focusing on these guys. Make sure that we consolidate our regiments before we go into the next battle. Unhappiness amongst the peasantry. Gain prestige and lose stability or lose money. We're going to lose the money. Yeah. Slows us down, unfortunately. I would have loved to have been able to changed up our galley combat ability. But we'll have to take what we can get first. And we can also chase these guys down. We'll be there on the 6th. Let's go ahead and get that final reinforcement. Alright, now again, just another good battle here. It is, again, a negative fight. This is mountains. They may try and reinforce, but I think we'll be fine. Yep, we got the stack wipe. That's good. Look at that. 23,000 cannons, and it's twice their front line. It's truly a remarkably stupid plan of theirs, but you know what? I'll take it. I don't care. We'll also go ahead and resiege this just for now. I'm wondering whether they're going to try and attack us. Although, speaking of which... they're in the highlands. It's about the same. That does give us a crossing penalty. Alright, let's just wait a couple of days. Alright, we'll go ahead and chase them down. We'll beat up that extra 14 stack just so that if they try and reinforce and do anything in the future, they can't do too much. Military access, we will happily give. We can invest in a new idea. So this would give us naval cadets. Morale when losing a ship. Again, this is important. But the question is a better cannon more important? So, realistically, this research costs us an idea, or thereabouts. It would put us a little bit further behind, but this does also give us a discount over here for every military idea that we have. This also gives us innovativeness, which is good for all power costs. And realistically, we need... What's this? 1, 2... We really need 3 more. And then at that point, we may as well just go for 4 more. You know, we'll go ahead and pick this up. We'll go ahead and pick this up. Yeah, innovativeness will help. 363. This now brings the cost down to 362. So, you know, that's at least something. And then this will take until August 78. So... What's that? Almost 2 years. Yeah, that's not the worst. If we can go ahead and pick up any extra military power, we will absolutely do so. We'll just have to see what we can get done. Alright, but either way, that should be a pretty solid victory for us there. That's another stack wipe. These fellows are heading away to the woods. This is mountains, so you know what? That's okay. Let's head to the hills. And we will see what they plan on doing. I'd rather fight them in the woods than I would in the mountains, so that is acceptable. And then they'll be there on the 4th. Could we force march our way there first? No, they'll be the 14th. We could dive on in. We would take that woods penalty. They're already locked in, so they can't redirect. The others are heading in the wrong direction. There's no river crossing penalty. You know what? A -1 flat is pretty decent. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this. We'll get one more reinforcement going, and then let's go ahead and consolidate. Yeah, at least we've got some really solid generals. Land battles are pretty good, so we'll see how that pans out. Looks like Alaska's doing a good job of getting back what they need. And then, where are we at? Newfoundland still got troops. Russian La Plata should be able to handle that. Yeah, British Mexico is still a bit of a problem. Yeah. But you know what? We are at least making progress. Yeah, Russian Peru's up over here. I hope they continue to siege. If we can prevent them from doing anything, like, we're doing a good job of maintaining a zero balance for their manpower. But at the same time too, it's you know, it's not necessarily as ideal as it could be. Looks like we did take a solid victory there, so that is a good chunk of troops taken out. We defended quite well there. We can go ahead and chase this 3 stack as well. No reason not to take that. And so there we go, some extra cannons. Let's send you over. Yeah, again, we're just going for all these 10-to-1s. Again, keeping their manpower at an absolute minimum. Yeah, everything like that is the stuff that's going to add on up. Because now, let's just quickly double check once more. Still 200,000. They're down to 170. 210. Yeah, I really don't know how much longer they can withstand us beating them up, even with just a single army. It would be really nice to have some more troops, but unfortunately, I don't think that there's much we can do. And although, hang on a second, I just remembered, I believe we have proper lands here, so if we were to create a full template, this would take us a while, a very big while, although, you know what? Well, can we build that here in Russian Mexico? Oh. Full template, let's roll. That's almost 1,000 ducats, but that's fine. That'll take us 200 days. This will take us too long. Yep. Let's get this built. Let's get this built. We need another army around here. That would be excellent. And then 100 odd days. You know, let's build another one down here. Yep. We're going to, yeah, I should have thought of this so many episodes ago, but I guess that's the problem with recording one after the other for a little bit. But either way, you know what? That'll be fine. We've burned through a ridiculous amount of manpower. We're definitely going to need to try and get some of that back. But again, I think we will be able to outpace any of our losses. So this should be a really nice power spike. We'll finally have the numbers. We'll be able to get rid of these guys, and then hopefully we'll continue to make some progress in the next one against Great Britain. At least things aren't getting worse. At least things aren't getting worse. So either way, we will come back with that in the next one. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.